I froze, watching my younger sister wear the bracelet. My husband secretly bought her yesterday. I was standing in my mother's kitchen holding a wet coffee mug when I noticed the bracelet on my sister's wrist. My husband had bought it 3 months earlier from a tiny jewelry shop near his office, and he told me it was delayed in shipping because he wanted it engraved for our anniversary. I remember crying afterward, thinking maybe things between us were finally getting better. But there was my 19-year-old sister Lily wearing that same thin gold chain. I stared at it so long she asked if I felt sick. My husband Mark was outside grilling chicken, laughing through the screen door. I tried convincing myself I was wrong, but later that night, after everyone went home, I opened Mark's nightstand while he showered and found the receipt folded inside an old insurance envelope. The engraving line said, "L, always your safe place." I sat on the bedroom floor, staring at those words until the shower stopped running. Mark came out rubbing his hair with a towel and immediately knew something happened. He didn't even ask what I found. He just sat on the bed and covered his face with both hands. I remember hearing our upstairs neighbor vacuuming at almost midnight while my marriage collapsed. Mark kept saying it wasn't serious, which somehow made me angrier than if he admitted loving her. Lily still lived with my mother. She borrowed my sweaters and asked me for rides to community college. The next morning, I drove to my mother's house before work. Lily answered the door wearing one of my old hoodies, and I suddenly remembered helping her braid her hair before middle school dances when our dad disappeared for weeks at a time. She looked terrified before I even spoke. That hurt more than denial would have. She kept whispering she never meant for anything to happen. According to her, it started 6 months earlier after Mark picked her up from campus during a thunderstorm because her car battery died. She said he listened to her cry about feeling invisible at home and texted afterward checking if she ate dinner. Then it slowly became late-night calls, secret lunches, and eventually sleeping together twice at a motel near the interstate. Hearing those details made me physically cold. My mother walked into the kitchen halfway through and looked more annoyed than shocked. I moved into a cheap, extended stay hotel 2 days later because I couldn't stand hearing Mark move around our apartment anymore. The room smelled like bleach and old cigarettes, and the ice machine outside my door rattled every hour through the night. Mark sent paragraphs apologizing, then angry messages blaming me for checking out emotionally after my miscarriage. Lily texted me once saying she hated herself and would never forgive herself. I never answered either of them. My mother called mostly to complain about family tension ruining her birthday plans. The strangest part was still going to work every morning pretending nothing happened. I cleaned surgical tools, smiled at customers, and held puppies while wondering whether my own sister thought about me while sleeping with my husband. One afternoon, I found one of Lily's blonde hairs stuck inside my bathroom drawer while packing clothes, and I sat on the floor crying so hard I nearly threw up. It has been 11 months now. My divorce papers were finalized last Thursday in less than 20 minutes. Mark lives across town with 2 roommates because he couldn't afford the apartment alone after I left. Lily moved out of my mother's house and rents a room from a coworker. We haven't spoken since Christmas when she emailed saying she misses me every day. Sometimes I almost answer. Then I remember how normal she acted while wearing that bracelet in front of me. I still check both their social media accounts more than I should. I still wonder if maybe I became difficult to love after losing the pregnancy. Therapy helps some weeks and feels useless during others. Tonight I ate cereal for dinner alone in my studio apartment while a neighbor argued, and for a few minutes I realized I hadn't thought about either of them all day. That felt small and terrible and comforting at the same time.